right, go ahead. Do your thing.
Well, your fight with Danny Garcia was almost a year ago to the day, and afterward you said you didn't really feel yourself out there in the ring. How did you feel in the ring physically and mentally tonight?
I felt that right. You know, I've had better nights. You know, I mean, sometimes, you know what it is with Bracero too? I know him for so long, and I know he's just a counter-punching trap setter, you know, so I didn't want to overcommit to anything. I wanted him to, it was like we were waiting on each other to come out of each other's shells, you know, but I felt like I could be the better pot shotter, you know, and like once I put him behind on the scorecards, I felt like, all right, he's going to have to come out of his shell, you know. But I definitely have had better nights for sure. I can't say it was like, oh man, I won the fight, so now I feel great, you know. Nah, I've had to rate my performance. I wouldn't give myself the best grade or anything like that, but it felt good to get the win.
So when you say just okay, what was missing or what was not as
just
good as
a consistency to my style. I would have liked to put together some more combinations, maybe better combinations. I mean, some of that has to do with Tito not giving me a lot to work with, as far as him also being a counter-punching sharpshooter, and I know he tries to punch with you. That's how he got knocked out O'Connor. So as far as him not punching at him, I noticed he was trying to punch with me as well. So I was trying to mix in feints and just touch and go, you know, because wait on him to shoot with me and then counter his counter. You know, he's a counter-punching guy too. So some of that obviously has to do with his style, but at the same time, you know, I know I've had better nights for sure.
Paulie, most people call this matchup an even matchup on paper. So therefore, the match went down to a 10-round game plan. He stood in front of you, you moved. His game plan didn't change. Did you expect that the fight would be so one-sided?
No, I didn't.
In a minute or two, why don't you come up actually?
I didn't.
Let's see what Luke says.
Yeah, right in, my man. That's what I like. No, I really didn't go into the fight anticipating anything except trying to, you know, execute a game plan and win the fight. I wasn't really anticipating whether, it's going to be close or it's not going to be close. I don't really think about that kind of stuff before fights. I just kind of think about trying to get as sharp as I can and then being the best fighter I can be on fight night if it's possible for me.
Usually the fighter speaks with all the questions.
Anybody else? By the way,
who else has
I got a mic for the media guys now.
Here.
Thanks, Lisa. I mean, overall, though, I felt it was a good fight for me. I've had better nights. It was a good fight for me. Felt good to get the win. I'm not sure of how to progress from here. It's 3 wins in a row, or if I do progress, or if I just call it a night. We'll see. I have a lot of thinking to do, but I gotta definitely thank Al Heyman for giving me this opportunity. You know, a lot of times after my loss to Garcia, I wasn't sure if I was gonna get fights here in the U.S. again. And Al not only got me a fight in the U.S., but he got me a national TV fight. So people could see that I'm not totally finished, but at the same time, you know, I do have some thinking to do as far as what direction to go in from now on. I do have this TV job. It's hard to walk away from fighting. I'm wrestling with it right now, as I'm saying it, you know, so I gotta go home and think about a lot of stuff.
Just talk.
Congratulations. I'm just curious, do you feel you added some unnecessary pressure on yourself, calling the fights afterwards? I mean, that's, in retrospect, it's pretty good.
No, because I always have the option to not do it afterwards. You know, I mean, you know, my bosses at Showtime, awesome guys, you know, Steven Espinosa, David Dinkins, you know, they said if I wanted to do it, I could do it, but if things happened and I didn't do it, it wasn't the end of the world, you know, so I could say, yeah, I'm going to do it, and then if I didn't end up doing it, I wouldn't have gotten into any trouble for it or anything like that. So luckily, I came out of the fight unscathed, and the hard part was done. Fighting is the hard part. Sitting down and calling the fights, you know, I could talk boxing with anybody and have a good time doing it.
Are you a little looking for a world championship?
No, I have the microphone now.
Paulie, we've seen you on both ends now, commentating and it's been boxing entertaining us all. Oh, thank you. And just want to say you loved all over the world. You know, you're respected. I've said it once, I've said it twice. The Barclays Center is your home, no matter who headlines it. And for those who love you and all fans and family, wouldn't want to see you hurt. Is that a concern in your mind too, in this physical sport?
Yeah, I've had a lot of my family and friends talk to me about that, and of course, you know, I get it, I understand it. It's coming from a good place most of the time, but you know, we'll see. I mean, I'm a grown man. I make my own decisions, so we'll see. And that doesn't mean I'm not saying I'm going to fight again. That doesn't mean that at all. I'm just saying whatever decision I make it. I'm a grown man.
Well, we want to thank you very much for always entertaining us and always giving us your best.
Thanks.
Paulie, Chris Carter here from the Fight City. Casual fans, why do you love boxing so much? What is it about boxing? The casual fan doesn't understand. You have money in the bank, you have all this, fame, you have everything in your life. Why is it about boxing, though, that you can't get rid of it? You love it so much, but you want to do it again.
I don't know. I can't really pinpoint it to one thing. It's just something you do, and then you kind of get a grip to this sensation, this emotional. It's like a vice almost. It becomes, it's got to go away. And when you're young, you always realize it is going to go away one day. But then when the time starts to creep up on you that it's time for it to go away, you don't want to really accept it. I always felt like when the time came, I would easily be able to walk away. But I don't know. And again, it's like I'm wrestling with it as I'm giving you this answer. I can't say yes or no. I know I'm the mandatory for the European title right now, and that's one thing I always wanted to close my career on with winning the European Championship. So I'm wrestling with that. But then I'm saying, this would have been a nice way to walk away here in Barclays Center. So I don't know. I got to go home and think about it. But I'll let you guys go because I want to give a.
Tell me, you want a championship opportunity? I'd like to fight the 147-pound title one more time.
I'm not sure. We'll see. I have realistic goals. I'll get